Hello everyone, good to see you all again. It's summer here, and yeah, that's why maybe in some of my videos you will see me in shorts. Yeah, you dress accordingly. So today, as you have seen the thumbnail, we are briefly going to be talking about marriage, and in the thumbnail it shows marriage isn't just love. Do you agree with me? Maybe no. And I have my notes prepared because I don't just speak sometimes. Some of the things I bring here are things I've reflected upon and reflect upon, and with my life experiences and lessons that I'm learning, because I'm still learning, I bring some of these topics to you all so that we can learn together. So I have my notes. If you see me looking, it's just for my notes to help me so that I don't speak out of context. Marriage isn't just love. It's wisdom, boundaries, and maturity. Do you agree? Maybe somebody will say, yes, maybe no. Leave me your comments. Once again, I greet everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. This video comes from my own life experiences and the lessons I've learned along the way. Marriage isn't something we just walk into. If you just walk into marriage, you might be walking out as soon as, marriage isn't just something we just walk into because we feel love or pressure, which is very common in our society. Many of us walk into marriage because someone else married, or because you think it requires wisdom, boundaries, and above all, maturity. These three things are very important: wisdom, boundaries, and above all, maturity. If you agree that wisdom, boundaries, and maturity are very important in our marriage, please drop a comment for me. Maturity before marriage. Maturity that I'm talking about is not you growing physical features. Not at all. Maturity before marriage. When we talk about maturity, intellectual, your IQ, marriage is not for immature minds. By maturity, I'm talking about minds. It's not for people who want their way all the time, or who think their partner will always agree with them. And these are gray areas. Pay attention to it as you're dating. Marriage is not for people who want their way all the time, or who think their partner will always agree with them. Before you marry, understand your spouse is not you. Understand that your spouse is not you. You were raised differently. You think differently. And that's okay. But you must respect that difference. You must do what? Respect that difference. The purpose of dating. Growing up in a religious community that forbids dating, I see myself dating before marriage. I did date my husband before marriage. Little did I know I was actually doing the right thing. I followed my heart. Yes, you heard me right. I followed my heart. I dated my spouse. This is where dating becomes important. After all, marriage is my life. It's not the church that will live in the home for me. It's not the church that will live in my marriage for me. Dating should be a time of observation and communication, not just romance. Again, dating should be a time of observation and communication, not just romance. It's not just about chemistry. It's about clarity. I remembered when I met my husband and we started dating. Even before meeting my husband, I don't know how the Creator wired me. It's like in my mind, I have my dreams, my goals, and part of which is to be a better version of my parents. I want to do some things differently. I want to build, there's a picture in my mind. We are talking about dating and why it's important. I've just mentioned that dating is not just about chemistry. It's about clarity. During this stage, I strongly encourage young people to avoid copulation. I and my husband avoided it because it clouds your thinking. Copulation before the actual marriage clouds your thinking. When you are physically involved too soon, you might overlook serious issues. I'm not trying to dictate what you should do for yourself, but in this new journey that I found myself, my goal is to contribute to the world I want my future generation to live in. Should they stumble on my videos later on in life, they will have one lesson or the other to learn. So, what am I saying? Instead, while dating, use dating to ask the real questions. When I dated, I didn't have manual, I didn't read any book. But thank the universe, who gave me the wisdom to do the things I did before going into marriage. And later on, I think we've gotten to the United States when I picked up a book, and now I bought the book and gave to my children anyways, because I think it's good that they read it. Because sometimes when you tell kids something, they don't really listen. So I presented them the book so they can read it by themselves and choose for themselves. So use dating to ask real questions. Do they respect you? You will know. If somebody respects you, you will know. As simple as talking and taking turns. Sorry, I need to turn down the TV. As simple as talking and taking turns. Guys, that sounds simple, right? Talking and taking turns. Sounds simple. But I'm telling you, it's part of respect. When you are talking, your spouse should be quiet and listen to you completely. Or your husband to be must listen to you completely. Or you schedule a time to meet up. Is this person always giving you excuses why they are late, why they are not showing up? Is this person always coming with excuses, complaints? Respect is very, very important. It is not calling you sister or brother or not looking at your face. I want to look at your face and see the emotions there. If the person is looking down, not looking at you, of what use is that? You want to marry me and then we'll be talking, you'll be looking down. Is that being respectful? That's not respect. If you're conflicted about what respect is, there are so many things online today. Google it. What is respect? How do I know if somebody is respecting me? If you respect yourself anyways, you will know if somebody else is respecting you or not. Use dating to ask the real questions. Do they honor your boundaries? As simple as when you are sleeping, or boundaries as simple as this is the time I'm available, and the person keeps crossing that boundary. This is the time you are not available and the person keeps crossing that boundary. Guys, watch out. Watch out. Do they have a work ethics? Is this person always, when you are busy at work, that is the time this person wants to have a date with you, doesn't respect work ethics? It's a great deal. Is this the person that cherish work or just want to sleep in all day? And then when you are working, the person always complain. Can they handle life's pressures with maturity? Time will test your dating. Pay attention when dating. And remember, dating well doesn't guarantee a perfect marriage. I'm telling you. I dated well. I think I knew my husband, and from everything that we faced during that period, I can say, yes, this is the perfect choice for me. But from my experience, even though I have one of the best marriage I could ever ask for, dating well doesn't guarantee a perfect marriage, but it prepares you better. Yes, I'm glad I dated my husband. I am glad I didn't follow the church way of marriage. The church way of marriage is when the man finds a lady, the church expects the man to come to tell them, to tell the man if that sister or that lady is being taken by someone else, because I think they have record of it. I do not like that, because the church are not going to be in the marriage for me. They are not going to know if we are compatible or not. I am the one to know if Bra Mike is compatible with me or not. Or any man that come, I am the one to find that out. So that is about dating. And now to the next thing. Keep dating after marriage. You heard me. You heard me. Do you want me to say it one more time? Keep dating after marriage. Now, here's what many don't talk about. When you do get married, dating shouldn't stop. Even though at the time we started our own marriage home, we didn't really know that we were really dating because we were brothers and sisters. Jim Jim. We call it in Africa, we call it Jim Jim brother. Jim Jim sister. We were both Jim Jim brothers and sisters. But guess what we were doing? We were actually dating after our marriage without us realizing it is called dating after marriage. What do? We go on a walk. We go to restaurants. We go to places together. But as we continue to grow in this marriage, we have to fine-tune things because now there are some other things to talk about. Sorry, I'm just not comfortable sitting down. And yes, now here's what many don't talk about. When you do get married, dating shouldn't stop. Do you hear me right? Dating shouldn't stop. Make time for each other. Talk about everything. Your goals, your frustrations, your dreams. It keeps your connection strong and helps you grow together instead of apart. At a point, it seemed like we were growing apart because my husband work takes him away from home. Many times he's away from home, and things happen sometimes you don't even remember to talk about it on the phone. You don't even remember to talk about it in a text. But it felt so different when he was now around in the home, living at home. As soon as things are becoming like we have this experience, we quickly take a break. Either we go to our room to talk about it, sometimes we go to a restaurant, sometimes we just drive around to talk about it. So I encourage us, even when we marry, let's keep dating after marriage. It helps us grow together instead of apart. This is one of the reasons why you see some people who say they have been married for 20 years. My parents were married for almost 50 years before my dad died. And even at that time, their marriage was still as beautiful as though they just married. Because why? You see them talking, telling stories, going out together, they go on a walk together, they go to restaurant together. So I have no other choice than to follow their path. Guys, yes, I have no other choice than to follow their path. And build even better. Extended family boundaries. Yes, this is one area I think a lot of us don't want to really go into. But here's my thought about it. Extended family is important. Yes, extended family is important. But they are not meant to run your home. Do you agree with me? Extended family are important. They are not meant to run your home. Nobody gave me manual for marriage. The only manual I was given when I got married is my marriage certificate. But guess what? Before I entered into the marriage, I have an idea of what I want. My mind knows exactly some things I want. And some things continue to unfold and unfold and unfold as we go into the marriage. Extended family is important. I love the sisters-in-laws. I love the brothers-in-laws. I love the mother-in-law. I love the father-in-law. But they are not meant to run your home. Let me say that again. Your marriage is not a family project. Your family is not your marriage. Your marriage is not a family project. Do you agree? Give me a comment. Respect your in-laws. Yes, I respect my in-laws. Respect your siblings. Yes, I respect my siblings. But they are not to run your home. Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father should not run your home. You are in charge. But don't let anyone manipulate your decisions or divide your home. That is so common these days. Some men will say, until my mom said this, until my mom said that. Why? Is your mom married to your wife? And wife running to their parents for advice or this and that? It's not a bad thing. But your parents cannot run your home for you. Unless you will bear the consequences of your decisions. You and your spouse must create your own culture. That's why I said I really don't follow culture. I follow my own culture. Because culture that you are following limits you. You and your spouse must create your own culture, your own way of doing things. And what's up, kiniko? What is your own way of doing things? Don't let cultural pressure or family opinions take the wheel. I repeat, don't let cultural pressure or family opinions take the wheel. After all, we all have opinions. Your truth is your own opinion, the life you live. What are your dreams for your home? Trusting the next generations. If we raise our children well, we must also trust their judgment. My parents raised me well. My husband's parents raised him well. So they trust our judgment. So for the next generation, I have children now. I have raised them well. You have children now. You have raised them well. Shouldn't we trust their judgment? Let them build their own relationships. Our parents allowed us to build our relationships. Let them reach out when they need us. When you need your parents, you will know. When my children need me, they will reach out to me. I don't see it as loving my children when I get so involved in their relationship. No, that's not loving a child. I have raised a child well. Bring a wife or a husband to me. I don't know. There are questions, there are conversations, there are things I will talk about, but I leave them. Once they are married, leave them to build on that relationship. Marriage is one step. Now they need to build the relationship. Dating is another step. Dating is one step. Marriage is another step. Now they have to live in that relationship. And when they need us, they will reach out. Not because we are constantly interfering. Let them reach out when they need us. Not because we are constantly interfering. Don't interfere in your children's homes. Your child, your male child is married. Your female child is married. Don't interfere in their home. Don't interfere in their marriage. Support should never become control. You are supporting them. In your closet, you are praying for them. On your phone, you check, maybe you make it once a week to call them. Or however you decide to check up on them. But not control. Don't control them. You don't want a child that cannot really live. When a child cannot make decisions. When a child cannot fully take control of their home and always seeking your opinion on everything, then that's a problem. You need them to go to counseling. You need them to seek professional help. And another part to this is legal matters. When it comes to legal matters, who is your next of kin? When it comes to life decisions, how are you taking charge? This next part is sensitive, guys, but very, very important. This part is sensitive, but very, very important. Because I remember when I was still at work back in motherland, an incident happened. Even though at the time I really didn't understand it fully as much as I understand it now. This guy died on his way back from Ibadan to Ilorin. He had an accident and died. And lo and behold, when it was time to pay his I don't know what the name of that thing is called. I think there's a lump sum that the company would pay the family who lost their person. And guess what? Everyone was like, oh my God, he actually have his father's name as next of kin. What would happen to the children? What would happen to the wife? Because the children are still little. Maybe not yet in elementary school at the time. When it comes to things like life insurance, property, and next of kin, we must think with wisdom. There are real stories. Like a father who chooses a sibling over his wife. I just told you one of it. And children, when filling out legal forms, is that really fair? I know in some marriage, in some homes, there might be some serious things going on that may warrant the next of kin to be someone else. But in my opinion, this document should reflect who will be most affected. Sit down with yourself. If you die today, even they will say, God forbid, right? Whose school fees will suffer? Who might not have a house or a roof over their head? Who might not have money for food? I break it down so we can understand how serious this is. If you were to be incapacitated today, you can no longer go to work, but you have paid into this life insurance, disability insurance, all these insurances. You can no longer make money as you should. You can no longer bring money home like you should. Who will benefit from the savings? Because life insurance, those disability insurance, they're like savings toward unforeseen events. Who will benefit from this? You can no longer go out to bring the money, but here is the money coming back to you. This document should reflect who will be most affected. If you are married, your spouse is your next of kin. If you are married, your spouse is your next of kin. And spouse is your wife or your husband. So if you are married, your spouse is your next of kin, unless you state otherwise. I've known about next of kin since I was younger. And how important that is. My dad talked about it. Yes, my dad is not a doctorate or anything, but that man is full of wisdom. I'm telling you. Shame my dad that told us, you better go and work for yourself. I'm giving you education now. Better make sure you are taking the education serious. Because look at this house. It's in my wife's name. You cannot even come and claim it. Go work. And if you are thinking I have more money in the bank, maybe this minimal amount that is nothing to even fight about. So from childhood, we have learned to focus on our lives. So if you are married, your spouse is your next of kin, unless you state otherwise. Let's not sow confusion that could tear the family apart. Go back to the document you submitted when you got that job. Go back to all the documents you fill out when you file for, sign up for life insurance and all those things. Go back to it. It can be changed. Who will benefit from it, from the proceed? If you have children that are still going to school, should those children benefit or otherwise? Put the name of those who want to benefit and be cared for. Put it there. Let not sow confusion that could tear the family apart. Make your legal decisions when you are mentally sound. Yes, I repeat that. Make your legal decisions when you are mentally sound. And honestly, you don't always have to tell people about your decisions. Yeah. It's not for my children to know who is on my paper. It's not for anybody to know. But do I have everything in place? Yes, I do. That's all you can pray from now till tomorrow and say, God forbid it. How many prayers did we pray? God forbid it. We want to live long life. Yet, suddenly, my husband died. That has taught me great lessons. It has taught me deep lessons. You can pray from now to tomorrow, fast from now to tomorrow. Where are those 40 days fasting? Where are the 70 days fasting? Where are the night vigils? Do you think it's something wrong that we did? No. This is how it is written. But are we given wisdom to put things right? Yes, we are each given wisdom. No doubt about it, some people don't think about these things. But people like me is being sent out. And we have other people being sent out to tell you, to help you, to see things that matters. Because why you don't have to tell anybody about this decision is because once some people know they are listed, they begin to feel entitled. Right? Give me a thumbs up if you think that is right. Yes. Because once some people know they are listed, they begin to feel entitled. And that can get dangerous. Even though we love ourselves as family, siblings, we love each other, but you cannot completely tell what is inside of another person. And this leads me to the story of Ifunanya. I recently saw the story of a young woman named Ifunanya trending on YouTube. Her situation is a warning. Even though I don't know the whole story, but from what she came out to share, I see a family that is broken. And let's not let siblings or relatives take control of the lives and investments we build with our partners. Even when you don't build with your partners and you think in your mind, I built all these things myself, I built all my investments myself, it's my hard work, because this wife is a bad wife, because she's not good, she's not nice. But you have children together. The children don't bring themselves to the world. A woman alone cannot make a child. A man alone cannot make a child. So even if you are not going to do things in the favor of the woman, because the woman is bad, to you the woman is da-da-da-da-da, shouldn't the children be cared for? You have 4 children. Are all 4 of them so bad? You have 6 children, you have 10 children, you have 2 children. Are all these children bad? Let's not let siblings or relatives take control of the lives and investment we build with our partners. Let's put protections in place and think wisely. I know we are all wise people, but when it comes to legal documents and investments, properties, let's think wisely. Who will benefit the most? And in closing, marriage is a blessing. We all know that. Many of us know that. It's really a blessing. But it must be handled with care. You heard me? Marriage is a blessing, but it must be handled with care. It's not just about love. Yes, I love this man. I love this woman. It's not just about it. It's about choosing wisely, protecting your home, and growing with someone through the good and the hard. I hope I've blessed someone today. I was actually doing something else, but the universe hijacked it and said, go work on these thoughts. And that's why you see me holding my thoughts in my hands. I don't want to go out of context. That helps me out my thoughts. Thanks for watching again. If this resonated with you, leave a comment. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep learning together. This is Shola Stories. Reflect, grow, inspire, and contribute. I may not have money to give you now, but these are my contribution to the world I want to live in, and I want my unborn generation to live in. Thank you all for looking into this. It's one thing to watch this video, but it's another thing to take a step. Go to all those papers you fill out at your work. Go to your admin. You need this paper. Check who is your next of kin. Go to your bank. Who is your next of kin? Go to your life insurance, whatever investment you have. Go make corrections. Who will benefit? And the reason is, who will benefit from the proceed when you can no longer make decisions? Thank you all for watching. See you again later. And before I go, don't forget I have videos here. I have playlists there. Keep watching. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed day.